All right, everybody, we're going to get started here. Welcome to Facility Fridays, everyone. We're here to talk. Our topic today is going to be the Comcast cable remotes and the Comcast cable rollout. So I'm going to ask you guys to hold your questions till the end. We will have a Q&A at the end of this, but we're going to hopefully talk and answer all of your questions during the presentation. Way to be an optimist. All right, here we go. What's new? Well, we're going to talk about the new cable boxes, the new channels. Wait, we're super excited about that. Everybody, round of applause. Yay! Mariners, great win last night, by the way. Loving that. The new remote and some of the features, like the voice command, which is pretty amazing. And then the DVR, which basically is your ability to record shows. I don't know if everyone's familiar with that, but that's a really cool feature that we're adding, that we have added with the new X1 box. So we're going to kind of cover a lot of that stuff. All right? So we're going to kind of skip over to the timeline. When will I get my new box? When should I expect my new box? And we've been kind of partnering with Comcast to get everyone cable. But what we've experienced is this is a really old building. We have old wiring that we've had to basically redo the roots and the bones of the building so it can keep up with this new advanced technology. So there have been a few unforeseen hiccups in the road, but we're working with Comcast and they're here today. We have a representative here today as well to answer some questions at the end. But we're working hard to get everyone cable as soon as possible. I know that baseball season has started, so I know that's really important to some people. Me too. Looking here at the timeline and rollout, we're going to talk about the Central and East Tower. So can everyone hear me? Okay. Comcast is they're almost through with the Central and East Tower, but there's still some issues that they're having. I know that some people are experiencing some pixelization, and some people haven't received their new equipment yet. And we're working through that. I don't know. I wouldn't say that we're over halfway done, but don't be alarmed if you haven't received your equipment yet. It's coming. We're aware. Now, for those who are experiencing any kind of pixelization, pixelization is basically where the picture kind of freezes or gets fuzzy. It might look like kind of like digital blocks. Yeah, that's Comcast is kind of helping us work through that, and that should be clearing up really soon. So if you have any issues with that, please continue to let the front desk know, and we're making a list, and we're going to make sure that that's taken care of. Okay? All right. We are also going to be revisiting some of the apartments where we've gone in to upgrade the cable box, but there's a big piece of furniture blocking the cable, so we can't just install it without getting to the cable jack that's being blocked by that furniture. So we're taking notes about those apartments, and we'll have it'll be Comcast coming back and an engineering helping to move that furniture so they can gain access to continue the install. All right. Any questions about the the Central and East Tower cable installation? Oh, we got one. We got two. I know.
I had a cable box. I had Root Sports last year.
Right.
And I have it still.
Right.
Am I to, but no one has come to make a change. Do I need one? Do I have enough?
So if you have your own, and I can answer that question now, or you can wait till the end.
I'll wait till the end.
All right, great. All right. Sorry. She's got it real quick. Right.
Okay. I just, I'm sure I will have a question at the end as well, but when we're talking about people are coming around to do these things, for example, earlier I heard that it was 5th floor and down that was having problems. Well, I'm on the 6th floor. Since I got the new box, my TV does not work at all. I've turned the notices into Jay in the front desk.
Okay.
And I would just like to have some sort of schedule, like, am I going to be without a TV for a month, 2 days? What kind of timeline are we working on?
Okay. So, so you put in a work order at the front desk to have them.
Yeah.
So, the facilities team will come up and we'll get it sorted out for you. All right. You're not going to have to wait days or whatever. So I'm gonna pause questions unless it's a question about this topic specifically until the end. All right. So now I'm going to move on to the North Tower Comcast. They're going to be back on Monday to, what they have to do again is, like I said, the bones of the building in North Tower have to have an upgrade, and they have to really look at the infrastructure to make sure it's able to handle the new signal. So they're coming back to continue that work. It's separate than the Central and East Tower. They're separate buildings, so the infrastructure is different. So they're coming back Monday next week to continue that work. And like Brian Holtz mentioned earlier, we're shooting for mid to end April to start rolling out the cable boxes in the North Tower. So your cable should work right now, but we're gonna your upgrade is coming. Is the long and short of it. Let's see. All right, I see there's a question, but I'm gonna wait till the Q&A for the rest of it. All right. Okay, so basically we're gonna play. We have the new remotes, which might be a little bit confusing compared to the old remotes. I have one here. They look different, but a lot of the buttons are in the same place. But there's a short video you can find on HH Connect. That'll basically show you how to use it. There's also a handout that they have at the front desk, and if it's really confusing, you can after that you can call and have one of our fine facilities people come up and kind of help you with that. But we're gonna show a quick video, basically a quick tutorial on how to use the new cable remote. Bear with me. Here we go.
Welcome to your new Xfinity Comcast TV remote featuring voice command. This exciting new feature allows you to change channels by using your voice. To use the voice command feature, press and hold the voice command button until you hear a chime. At the same time, a blue indicator light at the top of the remote will illuminate. In the upper left corner of your TV screen, you will see this icon with the word listening, indicating it's time to speak. Then slowly and clearly speak the channel number into the remote. The power button is used to turn your TV and cable box on and off. Use this button to change the channel up or down one channel at a time. The input button allows you to select what signal is coming into the television. A few examples are the Amazon Fire Stick or a DVD player, This is the volume up or down button. The exit button is used to clear the display screen that is showing. Some examples are menu or TV guide. You would typically use the enter button after manually changing the channel using the numbered keypad. For example, using the keypad, enter 370 followed by pressing the enter button. Thank you, and this concludes the Horizon House Digital Learning Series.
Okay. I want to be honest. I had a cold that day, so all right. I'm working on it. All right, you can find that video on HH Connect if you don't have to commit it to memory right now, but it's really pretty easy. Again, I'll go over it. If you have the remote, the voice control works great. I use it at home. It's really efficient. The thing I do want to say is it will not register HHTV. That's not a channel. So for that particular channel, you have to use the number, which would be 370. All right? Does that make sense? All right. Yep. We're all saying the same thing because it's true. Okay. Well, we have a representative from Comcast for our Q&A section. If you guys have any questions that may pertain to what we're doing here at Horizon House, or between me and my friend here, the representative Sam, the representative from Comcast, we'll be able to answer all your questions.
So one of the things that's never been addressed in all of this process is those of us who brought our own DVR box into Horizon House and have our own Comcast account. So we didn't have any problem until you started working on this, and now we do have the pixelated problems, and we cannot tape anything or record anything on HHTV. So my question, though, is this going to affect our box in terms of is Comcast replacing our box, our own DVR box?
Great question. First of all, you're in the North Tower, I believe, and I don't know that they've really started any work in the North Tower. So if you're having problems in the North Tower with pixelization and it's your own account, I would call Comcast. Your box might be outdated or might need an update or something.
You guys,
Again, we haven't done any work in the North Tower, so. So it might be coincidence that you're having problems with the box. Secondly, to answer your second question, if you did want to upgrade, if you wanted to switch over to the bulk account, the Horizon House bulk account, I believe what they'll do is they'll install the new box, and if you have any premium channels or things that you have on your account that's outside of what we provide at Horizon House, you can then pay the difference. I believe that's how it's supposed to work.
that is how we have it working. We are on the bulk account, and we
Okay.
do pay for extra channels over and above what Horizon House pays
Right.
for.
But you have a box that allows you to DVR and record, right?
Correct.
So again, that box isn't that's actually your box. You're just getting a discount because you're using our bulk account.
Correct.
So again, they're bringing new boxes. So if you're having problems, you can wait for that. Or like I said, since it is your account, I would suggest calling Comcast because there might be an issue with software or anything like that.
Well, just to update on that, another resident is in the same situation as we are in terms of having our own DVR box that is on the bulk account.
Mm-hmm.
They had theirs replaced by Comcast, but are in exactly the same situation as we are, who have not had ours replaced. So it didn't change any situation in terms of calling Comcast and having them replace the box.
I'm going to turn it over to our here you go. Hang on.
You're not renting it, right? You're not renting the box,
The DVR box?
the DVR, right?
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
you are renting it, okay. So when you do switch over to that new box, okay, there could be an issue with that specific box, okay? But when you do switch over, but we can get a tech to come out specifically because there could be an issue. Now the recordings on that box, is that where you're specifically?
The only problem is recording 370. Everything else is fine. And like I said, there's another resident
Okay.
who is in the same kind of setup as
Okay.
we are. They've contacted Comcast more times than I can tell you and got a new box. We decided not to so that we could compare their experience to ours to see if it's made a difference. It hasn't made a difference for either of us.
Okay. I would like to see that, which box they got, because the newest boxes, we call them XG2s, that should be able to get the house channel, should be compatible, so.
It's not getting the house channel, it's recording it.
So
Recording,
a lot of
okay.
our residents used to be able to record programs that were playing on the insertion channel of 370.
Okay.
I believe now what's happening is they can record it, but they don't get any audio. So they can record the program, but there's no
Okay.
audio with it. So I don't know if there's something in the insertion channel that's blocking that feature.
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Comcast, between Comcast and Horizon House, we're going to look into that issue and solve it. Because if you're having it in the North Tower, they're probably having it in other places. And so it might be an issue with our insertion equipment on our side, or it could be something with Comcast equipment. But I will say that we haven't done any work in the North Tower, so I'm gonna lean towards, that it's probably on our side. But we'll get to the bottom of it. The long and short of it was we'll get it fixed for you.
We'll make note of it. So this is the first time it's come.
Oh, hold on.
I just haven't gotten a clear understanding. You guys came into my apartment, you moved my furniture so you could do the work, and then nothing happened. I'm wondering if there was some issue with, I don't know what the issue is, if you can get access to the box, the old box.
So when did they come to your apartment?
I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. At least 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Well, I know that, like I said, going back to the previous slide, that we're working through apartments, and so they may have run into a technical issue in your apartment that they have to come back and address. Do you not have cable at all right now?
Oh, no, I have what I've always had.
Okay.
Yeah,
They just haven't given the new box yet.
right, and they moved
Okay.
stuff out of the way. When I saw the little blurb that said that they might need to move furniture, well, they've already done that.
Right, so
I don't understand.
In your case, what they may have found is there might be a signal strength issue in your apartment that they'll have to come back and address. And if you want your furniture moved back, but before they come back and fix it, we can definitely make that happen. But they probably ran into an issue, and you're on a ticket somewhere where they're going to come back.
It would be nice to update folks when they have.
Yeah, I think I can't speak to the technician that was there, but we'll get it taken care of for you.
My question had to do with, I had a contract this last year, and I got the ball game last night on it.
Right.
Now, does that mean I have the new system or not? No one has come into my,
If that was a cable box that you're paying for on your own account,
Right.
then that's still on your own account until they put in the new box. And okay, so depending on your apartment, like I said, we're working through apartments, and when we run into issues, let's say it's a signaling issue or a technical issue they have with the apartment, then they have to come back. That's what you experience. So that there's no spreadsheet on. I can't give you a definite answer because it's a fluid problem that we're running into. Does that make sense? But what I do want to say is when you get your new box, then what happens is like I said before, that you'll only be paying for the whatever you had that's above and beyond. Great. Great. So and they'll take the old box, the Comcast, when they come into your apartment. They'll take the old box.
With the new box, I noticed that there's a restriction on the amount of time you can record. It's much shorter than, the number of programs that I can save is shorter than it was with the old box.
Yes, there is, because it's now up in the cloud, so it's not stored in the box. So yes, there is a shorter amount of
So is there any way of
time.
extending that?
No, there
time?
isn't. No, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Mark, it's my turn.
So
Over
the
here.
new box, if you're recording shows, there's less recording time that you can store on the new cable box. So, but any of the recordings that are in the old box will transfer over to the new box.
Mark, it's my turn.
Okay.
I have the exact same situation that Nancy Nidilski has, exactly, in the North Tower.
Right.
And I have 2 TVs on the same connection, and I don't want anything disturbed. Do I have to have it disturbed? The only thing is, I'm getting the breakup just this week on every channel.
Well, again, they haven't really started on work on the North Tower as far as the upgrading the infrastructure. So this might be an outage that Comcast might be experiencing. I'm sure he's getting on the phone right now to see if that's something that might be, and it might be in the Seattle area. So what I always suggest is when there's an issue, if you have your own account with Comcast and you have an issue, to report that problem to Comcast is the best thing you can do. And if they get those calls, then they'll realize there might be an outage in the area, which is something that we can't take care of at Horizon House. That's on Comcast's end that they'll be able to take care of. So you will not. If you don't want the box, you don't have to have it. What you can do is you can after this you can talk to me and I'll make sure no one comes into your apartment. All right.
Okay, I just have a vocabulary question. I have a really hard time talking to people about technology because I don't know enough of the words. And I know what the box is, the new box that you put in, and of course I know that I have a TV. But there's something back in my walk-in closet that the Comcast man had to go to when he was moving around wires and all
Yes.
that kind of stuff.
That's
What
called
is that?
That's called a smart panel, and that's where the wires come into your unit.
Okay.
So they need to look at that. That's part of the bones, if the
Okay.
infrastructure that they need to look at to make sure that they're getting the proper signal to where your
Yeah,
TV is.
'cause
It's all technical stuff, but
Yeah,
that's what that
it's
is.
called a smart panel.
Smart panel.
Okay, because I kind of thought, because he said, oh, wow, this is an old one. Oh, I think I got it. But I think that's maybe my problem, that I need a new smart panel.
No, that's just a place where it comes in. The panel's just a hub.
Okay, there's Bill, then there'll be Ronnie, and then I'm coming over here.
Okay, I live in the East Tower,
Yes.
and I don't know whether I have a new box or not. How do I know whether I have a new box?
Do you have this remote?
No.
Then you do not have a new box.
Okay, and so this must have been a furniture issue, because it was the wall thing, whatever it is called, where you put your coaxial cable into, is behind some heavy furniture. So
Yeah, that's
okay.
probably why they haven't gotten to you yet.
Okay. Now the second question here is, I do have a Comcast or Xfinity tech coming out Tuesday because I have no internet access, and so
That's a separate account. So if you're through, I don't know if you have a Comcast account for your cable and your internet, or just your internet.
I don't know. I mean, I have an Xfinity account.
Yes.
Yeah, that we've been getting internet through, and then all of a sudden we're not getting it anymore.
Okay.
And so he's coming out, I guess, to try to figure that out. Now, is he going to do something that's in the way of what you guys are doing? Or will he put a new box in for me?
He won't. He won't be
thing?
putting in a new cable box. He's just going to address your internet issue.
Okay, all right. Do I need a separate internet account with Xfinity to access those premium channels like Netflix and whatnot?
Okay. Do you need another box or another account? No, you should be able to access those are separate. So with the new box, and if you have the old box, that's going to be a feature through apps that are on the box, and you'll have to plug in your own account information for your Netflix or Prime. So that's if you already have that, then you're good. And on the new box, when you get it, you're just going to have to plug in those passwords if you want to access it through the cable box, through the new cable box.
Okay, good, thank you.
My questions are about using the remote.
Yes.
The voice command.
Yes.
Besides entering numbers, can you enter the name of the channel, like, say,
Absolutely.
CBS?
Absolutely.
Can you enter the name of the program that you want, like, I want Geography Now, or whatever the name of the thing is?
Yes, I believe so. You can also, with sports, let's say you just wanted to watch sports and you didn't know what sports you wanted to watch. It'll pull up all of the options that are present and in the future. Let's say at 2 o'clock this afternoon, there's a Mariner game. It'll tell you that that's coming.
Can I just say Mariners game?
You can.
Okay.
You can. You can say news. Yeah, you have some options and flexibility. What we showed was the basic operation of the remote.
Okay.
And so we didn't want to get too far into the weeds with DVR capability or confuse people, because it's a lot of information. It's a brand new device, and it's really smart. But we didn't want to overwhelm people.
Okay. I've never recorded. How do I record?
That's going to be a separate topic. What we can do is if you want to put in a work order, I'm happy to come up and have someone come up and show you. But it can be a complicated process, and so again, there will be another video showing that. But we just wanted to sort of dip a toe in the water and show everyone how to use the basic features.
Okay, so later you'll do a video,
Yes.
or I can individually ask how to record.
That's correct.
Thank you.
I have a related question, and I'm next. So where can I go to get into the weeds? Is there a website or something that I can look for myself and see what to do? I don't want to wait for you all.
Absolutely.
Where?
Well, you can Google it.
Google what?
You can was XR1 remote.
Thank you.
Okay, Enid.
Okay, Comcast came, and suddenly I had no email, no internet. Of course, the television was taken care of. With the internet, I finally had to hire Scott. I couldn't get back on. Scott spent hours with Comcast, at times shouting at them. It was the most unpleasant several days. It was Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday, I believe, on and on and on. He got me a new tower. Comcast sent me a new tower, so he installed it. I have internet again. There are still problems with Comcast, but this was administratively someplace. There were some problems. My question is, I don't know whether I'm bundled, whether I'm paying roughly $100 a month. I'd like to be, at least in part on Horizon House. I don't know how to do it. I don't want to call Comcast again, please. I've had it.
Well,
I've had it.
I will say that it sounds like that you have internet through Comcast, and that's going to be separate than our bulk account cable, because and so if you have your own account for internet, there's not really much that that Horizon House can do about that. And because it's your own account, that you're going to have to you're going to have to initiate those talks with Comcast regarding your internet. If you have cable television through Comcast and you want to switch over to the bulk account, absolutely, we can make that happen. They should be swinging by your apartment to put in a new box, and they're going to ask you, do you want to be a part of the bulk account, and then we'll make it happen. But as far as the internet, which is a separate thing,
Did they install a cable box and the internet or no? Both? And then you hit, or no? I know, but, okay, but not the cable. No?
No, I think they're separate things.
Okay, all right, okay.
I have a question for a neighbor of mine. She has a dumb TV. Does she need a Fire Stick or a new smart TV to use all the features on the remote?
No, the remote, it can work in the place of a smart TV if you go through the Xfinity box itself. So you don't really need to upgrade. You can use let's say you're using Netflix or Prime or any other streaming app. You can use the new box to go to as a smart TV. So you don't need to upgrade. Yeah, she'll need some sort of she'll need to know how to navigate it, but it should be pretty easy because it's all in the same place versus switching inputs. So we can talk about that, or we can talk about that with her.
I've got the new box. I'm very simple. I don't have any of my own equipment. I'm just on the bulk. Everything is fine.
Great.
But since the new box went in, it seems like fairly often the picture kind of breaks up. And the other thing that is happening that's weird is I'll turn the TV on and it will be very, very, very dark. And I'll turn the TV off and back on again and then it comes on okay. This has only happened since I've got the new box. Would that...
Well, as far as the pixelization, I think that, like I said before, that we're working on fixing that, with the new rollout, and it may be an outage or something that's impacting not just Horizon House, but the neighborhood. So we're working on solutions. We're working with Comcast to find solutions to that issue. As far as it being dark when you turn it on, that what I would do is with that, I would put in a work order and see if we can have an engineer come up. It might be a setting on your television. I don't think that's anything with the box that should. No. So it might be a setting on your television that might need to be adjusted. But yeah.
Okay, got Jean and then Jeff. I'm having difficulty. Well, not difficulty. I am unable to access Netflix at least with the remote that I was just given. I'm up on 19 in the East Tower, so it was some time ago. The remote works beautifully, but in order to access Netflix, I need that other little remote, and the connection between the current remote and the little remote that gets me to internet or to Netflix does not work.
Okay, so without having your equipment right in front of me, it's going to be hard for you to kind of navigate how to fix that. Again, if anyone's having any problems navigating the new remote or their new setup, please, I would encourage looking at the video, which you can find on HH Connect, and or putting in a work order and having someone come up and we can help you navigate that issue.
Thank you.
I guess I'm next. I think probably, can we just keep our old box and so forth? We have our own Xfinity account. We have a Wi-Fi in our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
We get Netflix without any problems. And
if you have your own account,
yes,
you can keep your own account. You do not have to get the upgrade.
Okay.
If you have a bulk account, you have to get the upgrade.
we must not have the bulk account.
Okay.
I don't think so,
Yeah,
because.
if you're running Netflix through your Comcast, you do not have the bulk account, the old bulk account.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I can click on Netflix and we watch everything that way.
Yeah, so that might be through your smart TV or through
Well, we do have a smart TV, so maybe.
right. So again, if there are two different things. If
Well, just let me say this.
okay,
If we don't have to, we don't want to change anything.
right,
Okay?
agreed.
When we don't have to, right?
Right, and the only way you'll have to is if you are on our bulk account currently.
I don't think we are.
Again, if you're on our bulk account currently, you will have to upgrade to the new box. If you're not, then you won't have to.
Well, who tells us we're on the bulk account?
They'll come up and they'll look and they'll say, hey, do you want to switch to the bulk account? And you can say no.
Okay.
I,
I'm coming to Diane and then I'm coming back to you, Mary.
I just wonder how much cheaper is it per month on the bulk account than it would be for the same settings on an individual account? Is it actually cheaper? I mean, what is the advantage?
If you want the same features that we have on the bulk account versus what you pay now, it's cheaper for the bulk account because you don't pay anything. It's free. It's paid through the bulk account of Horizon House. So if you get the same features, that's the DVR, that's the voice control, the new remote. You get Root Sports and some new channels versus our old cable box. It's no charge to you.
As I recall, I'm paying about $55 a month, so it's a substantial savings.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't have your account information. So if you have things like HBO or Showtime, that's not going to be on the new. That's not going to be on the bulk account. And so what you would do is you'd have to pay the difference if you wanted to keep those channels.
I'm just responding to one of the comments over there. I'm just on the bulk account, and I think with the little I have to use my Fire Stick to kind of scroll across the icons on the bottom and press YouTube and Netflix and so on. And that does it.
Yeah.
Okay, so she had a question about the little remote and the big remote and so on.
Yeah, there's so many different setups. So I don't want to speak in generalizations because she could have a custom setup that might be a little bit different from yours, and so to navigate that is really difficult unless you're standing right in front of the equipment.
Understood, but it sounds like it's doable.
Oh, it does, but again, to navigate that will be difficult to do without standing in front of it.
I recently moved to a different apartment, and in this apartment, I had the TV mounted up on the wall, and all the cables were done internally, so you can't see them.
Yes.
When the cable box people came, and I guess in the old way, the cable box was up on the wall behind the TV,
right?
Because I had no wires.
Right.
When the new cable box is bigger, and they put it on a fireplace, on the mantle of my fireplace up below the TV, and there are wires coming down. And I told him that I didn't want any wires, so he took the box and put it up behind the TV on that framework.
Right.
So if I want to turn the angle of the TV to point to a different part of the room, I'm afraid that box is going to fall out.
Well, what they may have done, and again, without looking at it, what they may have done is secured that box to the framework. So if they didn't do that, then what you can do is you can call the front desk, put in a work order, and we'll make sure that happens.
And make sure what happens?
That they secure it to the frame, so when you change the angle of it, the box won't move.
Okay, good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And also, I tried to watch the Mariners game last night, and I went to, on the list of channels that we have, it has Root TV.
Yes.
Channel 29. I turned it to 29 and got all this pre-game stuff, and then they showed a movie.
Well, that without knowing what channel you were on or being right there, yeah, I don't know. Without being there, I couldn't tell you what happened. But it sounds like it might have been on another channel. But we can investigate that.
Did people actually watch it in this building?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Oh, right in front. Okay, I'm coming.
Just one more sort of detail question is, if you're just doing all the things that came with the package for Horizon House, is the internet and the TV all by the same company? Who provides our internet?
So, well, you have options with that. I don't know if you have internet through Comcast or through another vendor. It might be through Horizon House, but it depends. I don't know what you're.
But I've just got whatever standard comes with Horizon House when you do nothing.
So that's Horizon House, yeah. So that's not Comcast.
What do you mean? Horizon House has its own internet company?
You can get internet through Horizon House. You can't. You can also, if you want a different internet provider, you can go through Comcast.
I know that, but what I'm curious about is that does that have anything to do with the internet coming in there? It has nothing to do with the Comcast TV.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
No other questions. Oh, what? We have one.
When making a choice of channels,
Yes.
when do I need to push enter?
Once you put in the choice, so let's say I'm watching 370.
Yeah.
I'll put 370, and as soon as I get it in, press enter.
Okay, the enter button is needed to get in.
That's correct.
Excellent.
Yeah, and that's in the very center.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I would just make an announcement regarding Monday.
Okay.
I have reserved the B1 TV room from 8 to 2, so we're having Comcast, right?
Is that might be what halts the schedule? I'm not sure.
Something about the assisted living and certain floors weren't going to, the cable wouldn't be working.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's in the North Tower because they're going to be working on the infrastructure for the new Comcast boxes for the North Tower.
Well, so with that being said, if someone wanted to watch the history lectures Monday and they're not going to get it HHTV in their apartment, they can go to the B1 TV room and watch it.
All right.
Yeah. Just want to say I appreciate everybody's patience through this process. It's a huge project here. Just appreciate everybody's patience through this, and we'll get everything done, and we'll work on the pixelation issue, and we'll get back to Mark on that. So.
Thank you so much.